examinations in 2023 have successfully passed, making them eligible for the UACE certificate. The Executive Director of the Uganda National Examinations Board, Dan Odongo, made this announcement during the results release statement at State House, Nakasero. According to Odongo, if universities maintain the minimum requirement of considering 2 principal level passes for admissions, 73.7% of the candidates this year qualify for university admission, showing a positive increase from 70.3% in 2022. Now, during the results release, Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, expressed her satisfaction with the overall performance, highlighting improvements in biology and an increase in principal passes at this level.
Uganda National Examinations Board and the Ministry of Education and Sports have released the final set of examinations for this year for candidates who sat UACE in 2023. This year, 109,488 candidates participated in the examinations, a 13.4% increase from the 96,550 in 2022. Despite the growth, there continues to be a consistent trend of fewer female candidates compared to males. The results indicate positive performance trends in principal level subjects, especially in entrepreneurship education, Christian religious education, geography, literature in English, agriculture, chemistry, biology and art. Furthermore, 99.1% of the candidates are eligible for the UACE certificate. Of these, 73.7% achieved 2 principal level passes, qualifying for university admissions, while 90.7% with 1 principal pass and 2 subsidiary passes are eligible for admission to other tertiary institutions.
Reported improvements in the quality of the candidates' work, with higher mean scores in many subject areas where the performance has been reported to have improved. Subjects continue to show lower than desired principal level passes. The factors that are responsible for this state of affairs, they include teaching theoretically, with candidates lacking the practical skills that they need to perform experiments, to record and interpret their results. And questions in the theory papers that require practical experience were found to pose a lot of problems to the candidates. The humanities have tended to be better done.
While releasing the results at State House Nakasero, Minister for Education and Sports Janet Museveni expressed her satisfaction with the improvement in biology at the UACE level and a marked rise in the number of principal passes.
This is commendable. In the past, this important science subject had not been done well for whatever reasons. My hope is that by addressing the areas of concern that UNEP publishes annually, this improvement will be sustained. To our teachers, in order to sustain these gains, we need to see more commitment from our teachers, really. Please be there for your learners and ensure you provide them with both the theory and the practical skills they need to learn.
The performance of female candidates surpassed their male counterparts in principal level passes A to E across all subjects except in agriculture, chemistry and biology.
However, we continue to see a low percentage of the female candidates at this level offering mathematics and science combinations. The paradox, Honourable Minister, is that the girls who offer the STEM subjects perform well, if not better than the boys. The question is then, why do the girls shy away from these subjects?
All 34 candidates inmates from Luzira Upper Prison who sat for the UACE passed. However, there is a concern about the lower pass rate for special needs candidates, standing at 92.7% compared to 99.1% for other candidates. While cases of malpractice at this level are decreasing, UNEP acknowledges a few instances of results being withheld for further investigation. I'm Nafka Farida and Stephen Kalisia in Kampala.
Deputy Inspector General of Government, Patricia Achano-Kiria, has called for a concerted approach through mentoring and educating women in order to embrace economic empowerment goals. As Uganda looks forward to celebrating Women's Day on Friday, Dr. Patricia believes women need to be educated on being more creative to address common challenges surrounding them. Dr. Patricia is among the many women in charge of top positions in Uganda, inspiring the young generation.
Waking up at 5 a.m. might feel like a challenge, but to Dr. Patricia Achano-Kiria, it is a worthy step to enhance her day. Dr. Patricia rests her title as the Deputy Inspector General of Government to attend to her personal life by being up with the sun as an approach to strategize for a positive day ahead.
So I adjusted the program a bit and decided that I would meet you first.
How long have you practiced this leaving home as early as 5?
Well, I think it's now like over 15 years.
Patricia then leaves for a healthy workout in one of the Kampala-based gyms.
We have to rise up early because it is said that the early bird catches the worm.
Yeah.
So when you are an early bird, you are able to do lots of things. Lots of things.
Okay.
Yes. By the time the rest of the world wakes up, they find that you have gone miles away in your adventure with your activities of the day.
In pursuit to understand a woman's progress towards economic empowerment, Dr. Patricia Achano has a rich history worth shared.
But it's about being purposeful and intentional, being deliberate. Like I keep telling myself, I think you can do better. I think you can do better. And yet out there, people could be saying, I am doing best. But I also see myself as work in progress.
As Uganda joins the rest of the world to celebrate the International Women's Day, Dr. Patricia reflects on the importance of creating an inclusive society through investing in women empowerment by adapting a mechanism of nurturing and training, especially engaging the youth.
Now the theme recognizes the role, the pivotal role of women, especially in economic development, and emphasizes the need for them to generate and utilize their power to emphasize a pathway to greater economic empowerment. Now, women play a very significant role in this country, especially through our contributions. Contributions like in terms of the knowledge. If I do research, the new knowledge I'm adding to the existing knowledge. If I go to the market, I'm contributing to the GDP. If I board that taxi, I'm contributing to taxes and the fuel and so on.
According to Patricia, women need to understand the importance of work and being creative to contribute to the well-being of their families.
Are you just going to wait for that center yechimeza? You also need to be creative. You also need to multiply that little money. You also need to contribute to the well-being of the family. That's why the Constitution says that the role of upbringing of children is a duty of both parents. You don't only say that it is the man's responsibility. And that is what is making families split. Financial management and responsibilities.
Dr. Patricia tips on how women in top positions can be active and empower their subordinates.
Much as you are up there, remember to inspire somebody, because even you are helped and inspired to become what you are. Then there is a PhD syndrome. Pull her down. Lots of women out there do not encourage fellow women to rise. When they see you rising, they keep fighting you. They keep fighting you. They keep discouraging you. Let's encourage our fellow women folks to rise and rise and rise.
In her position as the Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia Achano shares the experience of being in charge as a woman, contributing to the development of a country, and how women can deal with the overwhelming challenges.
We bite what you can chew. You can't do so many things at a go. You go progressively. So when I'm overwhelmed by challenges, I quickly turn to God. and ask for a sense of direction. Those situations come to sharpen us and make us even better leaders. Because as a leader, when you go through an overwhelming challenge and you then begin crying or lamenting, then you will not be inspiring anybody. Everybody will say, look, this is a weak leader.
Nevertheless, Dr. Patricia attributes much of her success to the Christian values she adopted since the days of her childhood.
So I think even as we go into digitalization, getting digital, we need to be very cautious and protect our children, protect that generation from getting degenerated by some of the Western models and so on. Because if a parent is not there to nurture, then that foundation is distorted. When the upbringing or foundation is distorted, you cannot have a responsible person taking on a position of responsibility, because a person will not have the values at heart. He will take that office and be able to compromise quickly and even steal from what does not belong to them.
Dr. Patricia is one of the few women who have never experienced any kind of domestic violence, as she narrates in her 21 years experience in marriage.
What has kept us going is basically understanding each other, open communication, understanding one another, and growing up to be that submissive. Human beings can be very complicated. We have seen people breaking down in their marriages just because of very small things. But also when we marry, and you're married to a friend, because for me the person I'm married to is a friend. And the friendship did not just start yesterday or the other day or 21 years ago. It is started from a childhood friendship.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Now, the Minister for General Duties in the Ministry of Health, Anifa Kawoya Banjirana, emphasized the importance of equal care for both boys and girls during the launch of the Women-led Health and Climate Resilience organized by Pathfinder here in Kampala. We have the detailed story.
Climate crisis is threatening decades of successes in people's health, gender equality, and health systems. Given the magnitude of the global climate crisis on women's health, there is need to deploy multiple sectoral problem-solving approaches to increase community resilience against climate change while putting women at the forefront. Minister Anifa Kawoya urged parents not to neglect the well-being of a boy child.
This conference, which has been looking at women's health and climate change resilience. And that's when the girl child comes in. That when we are talking about climate change and environment and the health of the mothers, we start with the girl child. And today was a very successful day, that despite many challenges, we have seen that there is an advancement in improving of the women's health.
Kawoya further highlighted the impact of climate change on women's health, underscoring the government's commitment to address the challenge at hand.
Now, we talk about the girl child, early pregnancies, during the adolescent age stages, education, but we intend not to intertwine them with the boy child. So here we are saying we must bring the girl child together with the boy child on board.
Rita Wandiba Nachigudde, the director Pathfinder, affirmed their commitment to break the barriers hindering women's well-being, emphasizing the importance of addressing challenges that affect women.
We support women and girls, even the young boys, to have access to sexual reproductive health services at their doorstep, ensuring that we break the barriers that may prevent them from accessing these services. We reach them in their communities because we know that many times they're not able to trek the long distance to the health facility to get these services. We have also seen over time that their barriers remain, and these are mostly out of the health sector. For example, with bad climate, flooding, drought, many of these women have a livelihood of farming, and when the weather is so bad, then they cannot reap much from their farming work.
Uganda is a signatory to the recent COP28 UAE Declaration on Climate and Health that recognizes the urgency of taking action on climate change. Deborah Namamonde, Mike Bakabulindi, UBC News.
Now, Wakiso and Mukono districts have once again showcased exceptional performance in the recently released 2023 UACE examinations, leading to widespread joy and celebrations across various campuses, as we hear in this story.
We are grateful to our students, first of all, for the good discipline they exhibited, because when children are brought to us, we are supposed to prepare them, but you cannot prepare children who cannot listen. The supportive parents executive, thank you so much for supporting us, and for sure you really guided us and the rest of the parents to have a common goal for us to achieve.
At Seta High School A-level campus, 258 candidates sat for UACE, with 4 students excelling in science subjects, scoring 20 points. Others achieving scores of 19, 18 and 17 points. The headmaster Ramadan Songa attributed their success to a positive working relationship with the teachers and school proprietors. The field was equally the same at Seta High School Green Campus, where all 164 candidates who sat passed with the flying colors. Atukwasa Maka, a son to Dr. Patrick Piakatonda, the director of DIT, scored 20 points and others got 3 principal passes.
Success is attributed to my family, mostly my parents who paid the school fees, the school itself. The teachers were so nice and approachable.
The headmaster Paul Alibundu commended Minister Dr. Muingo for supporting them with modern educational facilities, especially in the field of sciences.
We have that zeal to perform. We always have teachers who are willing to go an extra mile.
Seta High School main campus was ranked among the best performing schools in Mukono district for the 2023 UACE results. Here 10 candidates got 20 points. Lilian Namolondo, the headmistress, expressed confidence in the school's ability to excel in the new curriculum.
We know that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. We attribute this success to the teamwork, team cohesion, and the hard work of the commitment of the staff. And on top of that, the support of our vision bearers, and that
at Brixton Senior Secondary School Watuba, 12 candidates sat for the 2023 UACE examinations, and the best science student scored 19 points.
Thank Allah for my points, because I've been so hardworking.
The headmistress of Brixton Senior Secondary School Watuba, Namlondo Jazera Namakula, was very privileged because their students passed highly.
Thank Almighty God for this favor. We thank our director, Hajaruna Centum. We thank the teachers, thank you very much. We thank the students for all the efforts that they have put in to see that they really achieve it. We are so much humbled, therefore we call up.
At Makerere College School, students performed highly in sciences, and the best 3 got 20 points. The deputy head teacher, Frank Asendi, attributed the victory to hard work of the students.
We have a teacher per paper. So there is a paper 1 with a teacher.
At Standard High School, Zana, all the students attended the 3 principal passes.
Because sciences have been passed very well, this has been brought about by the government policy of paying science workers highly, and our science laboratories and our teachers getting committed.
Students and staff of Nakawa Union Vision Secondary School Mutungo Bina, led by their head teacher Mary Namas, jubilated for the excellent performance. Out of 50 students who sat examinations, 48 qualified for university entry with the best scoring 20 points.
Nebaza abazadde abasasula ebisale mu budde ne tusobola okuba nga tutambuza emirimu gy'essomero. Seerabidde abasomesa bange abalungi abakolera awamu okulaba nti abaana bakola bulungi.
At the Academy St. Lawrence Budo, they performed highly in sciences and they attributed their success to the hard work from the teachers.
For our UACE examinations, because our best student had 19 points. That was so great. I want to appreciate all the students, all the parents, And I want to appreciate our rector for the facilitations that we've been able to succeed in our UACE.
In a joyous celebration at Mackay College in Atete, a universal secondary school, gratitude and praise were offered to God upon the release of the 2023 UACE results. Remarkably, 98% of the 2023 Senior 6 students achieved outstanding success, securing high grades ranging 19 points in sciences. The remaining students obtained 17, 16 and 15 points, and the rest got 2 principal passes, qualifying them to pursue further education in any institution.
Compared to last year, where the majority was between 1 point and 1 principal and 2 principals. We would like to thank God for these results, and we know we have just started. The journey is still there, and we know we are going to hit the mark.
It was a ceremonious joy among the 2023 UACE candidates of Chambogo College School as they welcomed the academic excellence with the best candidate scoring 18 points.
Our niche has been the individuality. We have been able to accord our students individual attention. Of the 5 you have interviewed, 1 was a day scholar, the other ones were in the boarding school, so we had enough time with them. Even the one who was out of school. We've been in touch with their parents and we have addressed their issues as they go along. So that individual touch has inspired them to go to their full.
And that motivated me a lot as well. Yeah, it made me work hard so that I can fulfill his word.
Meanwhile, continuing students and the teaching staff of St. John's Secondary School Mukon celebrated the great milestone from the 2023 UACE results. The school's head teacher Henry Sentongo Sali linked this to a number of factors.
Juco reporting there. Now, in a significant development regarding the Nabbingo land dispute, State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, has issued orders for the apprehension of Lawrence Chigundu in connection with the Nabbingo land saga. Mayanja disclosed that 8 charges have been filed against Chigundu, prompting him to direct RDC Justin Mbabazi and Deputy Kampala Metropolitan Police to arrest Chigundu and all soldiers present on the ground.
Following the completion of the necessary due diligence processes, government and partners.
Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, landed at Bembe East Village, Nyimbwa, in Bombo Town, in Luwero District, where the Nubians were waiting to tell him of the self-proclaimed land grabber, Chris Mobiru Kisinjiri.
Really, it's your land, 20 acres, police, security, okuja kwa mpenda yo, it is your land. Ganiti okay, mu Burundi. Naye ekyo ekintu ekyo mutuufu minisita tukusaba otuyambe otukwatireko ng'omusaayi tegunayiika mu bombo wano neza okuzimba agambye mbunziyewe akafo kange akali mu ttooyi wenna ng'anya okajjawo agenda kukozesa obuyinza akajjawo sanse nnyo taata oyamba abantu nange ngaze njagala onyambe 88 paka kati bali ku kibanja basimbye kantuusi batema bakolaki mulama wallahi billahi tallahi.
The State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, ordered Luwero RDC Richard Bwabien Tulume to arrest Chris Mobiru Kisinjiri and charge him of robbery, trespass and vandalism.
This man Kitaka Kisingiri, he is the cause of all this problem. He goes around, he thinks that because he has a title, his father had a title, therefore he is entitled now to come harassing and be above the law. I've directed that where he has violated any of the presidential directives, let him be arrested and be charged. And I've told people to go and make statements to that effect. He has titles, but he has no land. Land is occupied by Vibanja holders. They are guarantees occupation by the by the constitution. These taboo people, they should just, these people come. They are actual thieves, really. We should be arrested, and I've told these people to be courageous, to stand up. The right of self-defense is a constitutional right. They should not just sleep. Arrest these people.
The land covers 45 acres with over 500 Vibanja holders.
Including the chairperson of LC1, that they have not been sleeping in their homes. But at least today, people have relaxed because it has been clear that they are chased away. And I believe that even those fake titles are going to be cancelled.
To Karamoja sub-region now, and over 5,000 households from the districts of Amudat and Nabilatuk in Karamoja sub-region have received free certificates of customary ownership at an event held at Lorengwedat sub-county headquarters in Moroto district. The handover ceremony of the titles has been presided over by the Minister for Lands, Judith Nabbingo, in company of State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Agnes Nandutu.
Following the completion of the necessary due diligence processes, government and partners, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development has handed over certificates of customary ownership to 5,000 beneficiaries in Karamoja sub-region. The Minister in charge of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabbingo, has officiated over the handover ceremony.
NRM attaches value to registering land as the best way of protecting customary land and addressing the historical land injustices in Karamoja.
At this event hosted at Lorengwedat sub-county headquarters in Moroto district, the beneficiaries are from the two districts of Amudat and Nabilatuk.
Ownership means that you are welcome to the land of the settled people.
We are aware that the lack of documentary evidence of ownership of land rights encourages land grabbing, displacement and over-exploitation of natural resources, especially in communally held lands and grazing areas.
The certificates have been issued on 7 titles on 140,000 acres to 5 communal land associations. The associations include Kopongo, Karia, Narese, Kaden Kore, Komatu, Kepcho, Mokongwo, and Ache Kirtolim.
But still, I would love to request the office of the minister, together with Landers and the Catholic Diocese, that may you continue strengthening the CLA groups. We should not just drop them there, give the certificates, and we don't follow.
With ownership now sorted, Nabbingo is urging beneficiaries to embrace development.
We request you through the leaders that always endeavor, when we come and request for land for such developments, avail that land. What you need to do is to put conditions. That probably if you are doing this, you should be in position to cover this area, we need this, we need that.
In attendance were ministers of Karamoja, Agnes Nandutu and Mary Goreti Kitutu.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Lands, headed by Honorable Nabbingo, for the initiative they have brought in Karamoja of making Karamojans own their land legally.
The Minister Nandutu also resounded the call to Karamojans to surrender guns to government.
But what we want to embrace first is peace. Without peace, we cannot do anything in this region. I would like to thank all the people, all the youth who have brought back the guns into the hands of the army. And I would like to encourage those who are remaining with the guns, but please return the guns and government will give you an alternative livelihood.
The good news is that 75% of the beneficiaries are women. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
We'll now take a short break and return with much more. Stay with us.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200K to stock my shop. the signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting it. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
The government of Uganda and the Uganda Bureau of Statistics is calling upon all stakeholders such as the chief administrative officers, city mayors, resident city commissioners, city clerks, city and division councillors, wards and LC chairpersons, as well as the residents and business communities to cooperate with the UBOS field teams as we embark on advanced preparations to conduct the National Population and Housing Census on the 10th of May 2024. The census will be a 10-day exercise to obtain statistical data and information that will be used for planning and policy formulation, including information on 1. How many we are, 2. Where we are, 3. How we are living, 4. What we own, and 5. Where we access services from. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has now started listing of households and mapping in the 11 cities of Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Mbale, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti, and in the Greater Kampala comprising of Kampala, Wakiso, and Mukono districts. For more information, please call 0755 342 128 or 0773 342 128. This message is brought to you by the Executive Director and Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics. Census 2024. It matters to be counted.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Now, the Social Business Accelerator Program envisions an economy where social entrepreneurs thrive to inspire, transform, and build African social entrepreneurs through improved access to finance and capacity development for sustainable social impact. This was disclosed by Dr. Kathy Okero-Mbidi, the director of Makerere University Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center, during graduation of 13 social enterprises for Social Business Accelerator Program at Kajansi Town Council in Wakiso District.
Business Accelerator Program is an innovation of post-COVID-19 era designed in a new way and brings hands-on social entrepreneurship experience from experts in social entrepreneurship. Dr. Joyce Tamale, the Chief Executive Officer, Capital Solutions Limited, highlights that Accelerator Program is a turning point in a life of social entrepreneurs as it is tailored to foster the growth of social enterprises from their inception.
And the whole game of how we design this social enterprise is through our 360-degree program, which supports them on mentorship, capacity building, financial inclusion through the Social Investment Fund, and also we give support to each other to visit them in the field for networking purposes. We use design thinking in building these businesses. 90% of our entrepreneurs are women, and they come from the fields of education, climate change, wealth creation, education, and healthcare.
The program has impacted over 360 participants who have emerged with sustainable business models, and many have undergone profound transformations. Dr. Kathy Okero-Mbidi, the lecturer and director at Makerere University Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center, called upon social entrepreneurs to collaborate with government to extend their creative and innovative practice to the community to achieve the parish development model goals and Objective C.
How can they actually utilize the fund effectively? These actually social entrepreneurs could go in to support the parishes to enable the young people, maybe utilize the resources appropriately. They could help them in starting up their enterprises, in marketing their systems, so that this fund can actually be replicated to support other young people in the communities, in the different parishes, as a sustainable way of rolling it out. for even others to benefit from.
The way to achieve your own success is to help somebody else get it first.
Capital Solution is also aimed at inspiring social entrepreneurs in Africa to thrive financial inclusion for social enterprises through impact investing. Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Now, TikToker Ibrahim Musana, alias Pressure, has been further remanded to Luzira government prisons following prosecution's request to have documents for his 2 sureties verified before granting him bail. Musana is facing 8 counts of malicious information, hate speech, which are likely to promote hostility against His Majesty, the Kabaka of Buganda, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Speaker Annette Anita Among, and Minister Joy Nabosa Sebugwawo. Now, through his legal team, Ibrahim Musana applied to court, presided over by Magistrate Ronald Kaizi, to be released on bail by presenting 2 sureties. Magistrate Ronald Kaizi remanded him to Luzira government prison until the 15th of March 2024, when court will make its ruling.
The particulars that you must know about the sureties. Because we can't make a reply without that. Understood? Yes, sir. Is it true? Not true, sir. A plea of not guilty has been entered on count number. You have explained the duties. The duties are under what? We have explained the duties.
One of the grounds is that the accused person has a right to apply for bail. There is a presumption of innocence on the accused person as provided by the Constitution. The third one is that the accused person is a first-time offender and he has no criminal record in that regard of committing any offenses. The offense he committed is one that doesn't include physical violence, and the state is clear that they have concluded the investigations in the matter, so therefore there is no likelihood of interfering with the evidence presented or the witnesses presented.
Their residences and everything that has been spoken about the sureties. Because we can't make a reply without that. How much time do you need to verify? We need 2 weeks. That's okay. We set 1 week adjournment to verify the documents presented. This case is adjourned to the 15th of March 2024 at 9 o'clock for the state to reply to the bail application. A ruling shall be delivered on the same date.
Criminal case number 1255.
Let's go to Lira City now, where Lira City is one of the urban centers that began receiving support under USMID in 2013 under the administration of Lira municipality. The municipality had a challenge with their road network ranging from limited paved roads, and the paved ones had deteriorated with passability challenges. Now, some bad spots had become serious points of insecurity as wrong elements would use the bad spots to waylay road users. Now, while in Moroto municipality in Karamoja sub-region, the USMID projects have helped to boost the night economy with a number of good roads, solar streetlights, and a well-built bus and taxi terminals that have enabled people to work until late hours. We have more in this story.
The coming of USMID in 2014 facelifted Lira municipality, present Lira city, with several roads upgraded from maram to tarmac. The municipality shining with solar street lights, enhancing a 24-hour economy, local economic infrastructure, capacity building of the city staff, and garbage waste management strategies, among others. These were rehabilitated with modern solar street lights, fitted to ease mobility in the town. In 2020, Lira, together with other urban centers, was granted a city status, something that the current city mayor, Sam Atul, says would not have been possible without the facilities established and rehabilitated by the World Bank-funded project through the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. According to the mayor, the beautifully paved road networks have attracted investors to the city and have enhanced economic development through trade.
So besides that, now we have areas that businesses have sprung up, and one key example is what we call Oiro Jok Lane. For those of us who grew in this town, like me, know what that place was. Much as it was right in the center of town, but nobody would be willing to put a business there. But after that tarmac, now you go to that place, you find the best hotels in town are located there, the best saloons in town are located there. Nowadays, there's a craze of what they call car wash spas. They're all located there. The nightlife of the city, you can feel it when you go to such a place. You go to Yam Road, you get the same feeling, where previously it was left to be like, another hidden corner of the town. But now it's bustling with business.
Besides infrastructure development, capacity building was done for key city staff through the Institutional Support Grant, with staff training in areas of engineering, physical planning, social safeguards, and procurement, among others.
Every other implementing period, there's what is given as Institutional Support Grant. That is used for capacity building and also where there are specialized equipment needed, for example, for survey, physical planning. Those officers and their departments were equipped with modern equipment that can help enhance their work.
Emmanuel Akeni, the current president for Lira City Development Forum, says the second phase, under additional financing, has given a city the status exactly what it deserved.
When compared to the past, where everybody was scattered wherever they were in unhygienic situations, we can say that the USMID project has been a boost. The last time we were talking to the leaders of the market, collection of revenue is now not a problem. The city now knows there is a design and a definite amount that can be collected within a certain time because all the traders are in one place. Now, to the users, to the community, the market has made different items to be grouped in one place.
Akeni says that the USMID rehabilitated roads have eased movement within the city.
The road has spurred development. If you look at the nature of buildings that are being raised, there are guest houses, there are flats being built, because now everyone knows that my place is in a prime location.
However, there are several lessons learned in the execution of the USMID project that can be used as a study by government to deliver better services in the subsequent hybrid projects.
The contract that is signed, according to specialists who handle contracts, they say this particular contract has the simplest contract agreement, which is weak. It makes it very difficult to enforce where a contractor is not meeting his or her obligation. So we think moving forward in the future, our support system, the Solicitor General with the government should come up with a proper contract that can support engagement and supervision in the parts of the entities.
Park Municipality also benefited from USMID. Mayor Patrick Ongom Eyul says there is positive progress with the roads currently under construction, namely Chegere, spanning 0.5 kilometers, and Chawente, spanning 0.6 kilometers.
Sincerely speaking, USMID has changed the face of Apache. For those who have not come to Apache for the last 3-4 years, if they come today, they'll see that there's a lot of changes and you can get lost. We appreciate this project so much because, one, it has improved on the beauty and the cleanness of the town. It has improved on the networking in terms of road infrastructure in the CBD, and business along this road that has been worked on has improved.
Meanwhile, in Moroto Municipality in Karamoja sub-region, USMID projects have spiked the night economy with good roads, lights and well-built bus and taxi terminals that have enabled the people to work until late hours. According to the municipal leaders, there is a great improvement in revenue collections and garbage collection, not excluding organized mode of running businesses in many of the wards within the municipality. According to projections by the municipal leaders, with the completion of the two roads, Jai and Lopeduru, totaling 0.8 kilometers, revenue collection will shoot to 1 billion from the current 600 million collected.
Bus terminal alone, we collect not less than 200 million. That's why we are saying currently we are collecting 600 million. But we now the completion of those roads on Lopeduru and Jie, we project to reach 1 billion.
And these roads were not there. So I actually do appreciate the government of Uganda for the initiative that we got a very beautiful market. We have nice streets in Moroto. So we pray for more projects in Karamoja.
Now, and that is another added advantage. Remember, even in the nights, we used not to operate businesses like other vendors who can make ships, sell their small goods. Right now it happens in the nights.
Leaving other factors constant, Moroto Municipality residents thank government and its development partners for the efforts in transforming Karamoja.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu, kano kalippagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripusi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erunganisibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
Back. Let's have a look now at what's happening in the latest business stories. The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development has announced the successful review of the 5th IMF Extended Credit Facility Program. Now, this 3-year, $1 billion program was intended to help Uganda's economy recover from the economic shocks of the COVID-19 pandemic by utilizing the fund to spur economic activity while implementing specific policies and structural reforms.
Interest-free loan was offered by the IMF to government through their special drawing rights facility in 2021 after being approved on June 28th that year.
On the reforms, there are some reforms we are still working within our structural benchmarks, especially strengthening the financial sector, working with our especially social spending institutions to be able to, as well, education, health, to be able to strengthen their capacities to absorb funds. We are working on those reforms because sometimes we give them money and they don't spend it on time, and yet the fund thought that we were the problem. We are not giving them the money.
Over the course of the program, there has been maintenance of macroeconomic stability. Headline inflation has been recorded to decline from a peak of 10% in October 2022 to 3.4% in February this year.
We raised the policy rates by 350 basis points in a space of about 4 months between June and October. as soon as we began to see inflation creeping its ugly head, when the May 2022 inflation numbers came, we had to nip it immediately, so we took strong action, and it paid off.
This financing, under the EFC-backed economic program, has been crucial in the maintenance of fiscal sustainability. So far, $750 million worth 541.5 million SDR has been disbursed, following the previous 4 reviews of the program.
ECF is lending, and that means correctly, as you noted, other countries lend to Uganda. The interest rate on the ECF loan, as the PS mentioned, is 0%, so it's highly favorable. On the overall disbursement, the numbers that we give in dollars are always ballpark numbers. The IMF lends in SDRs. The total amount of the ECF financing is 770 million SDRs. Each tranche is equivalent to 90.25 million SDRs.
With the successful conclusion of the 5th review, another $120 million will be disbursed in the next few days, which will go a long way in supporting activities in the budget and the economy.
Arnold with that story. The Federation of Small-Scale and Medium-Sized Enterprises has partnered with Postbank to foster training of small-scale entrepreneurs in dynamic skills of value addition and markets identification. The bank has committed 200 million shillings to facilitate skills development and value addition activities.
The commitment of 200 million shillings by Postbank targets to bolster value addition by training small-scale and medium entrepreneurs, modern practices and financial literacy.
It enhances the skill set of these smallholder farmers, these smallholder business people, and grows their business exponentially. That's our hope. So in 2022, at the launch, we were so impressed by the stories we had, and that's what's driving our increase in funding from 80 million to 200 million shillings.
The project is dubbed Gatako Omutindo to be implemented by the Federation of Small-Scale and Medium-Sized Enterprises, targeting already engaged small entrepreneurs with affordable loans and training opportunities.
We are also seeing improvements in the quality of products that these SMEs are going to the market. Because that's also the other aspect that we want to address. That yes, you're adding value, but what kind of product are you bringing to the market? Because if the product is substandard, it means Ugandans will still buy imported products. And as you know, we are having an issue of this, what we call a trading balance.
Smallholder farmers are another group of this project by training farmers in good agricultural practices of subsistence and market mapping.
So today, I was explaining to you why Gatako Omutindo is extremely important. We are not giving away money to small businesses. We are giving away money to value addition. Postbank is making a contribution, but the problem is way bigger. Because that's why you see the president is saying also under NDP, we're talking about the 39% that are stuck in subsistence agriculture. Most of our people are just smallholder farmers, and we're not going to get the right prices if we're not adding.
The training will revolve around financial literacy and skills development in areas of value addition for SMEs in agribusiness. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasser Lubwana for UBC.
Sports news now, and Game Connect, which is a not-for-profit organization alongside Youth Sport Uganda, has organized an inter-division volleyball tournament for the youth of Machindye and Rubaga divisions. Our reporter John Barnes Sentamo gives us more.
Organized to coincide with Women's Day celebrations, the volleyball competition attracted youth from Rubaga and Machindye divisions. It was organized by Game Connect, which is an Olympic Refugee Foundation program that connects host communities and refugees through sports.
We are celebrating Women's Day, as you may be aware, on the 8th of March. And the Game Connect project, the consortium that we are working with, which has Youth Sport, Uganda Olympic Committee, and AVC, are celebrating this year's edition, which has the theme Inspire Inclusion. This is very pertinent to us as a consortium because inclusion is at the core of whatever we do. We are happy to see young girls take part in sport actively. We are seeing young girls have better self-confidence, improved self-esteem, but more importantly, their psychosocial well-being and mental health has greatly improved because of sport.
Game Connect partners with other bodies like Uganda Olympic Committee, AVIS, UNHCR, Right to Play, and Youth Sport Uganda.
What we do is that we see young people in the community and we try to work on their mental health through the Game Connect project. And as you can see, we are having young people from Rubaga, from Machinde, to inspire them to work with one another, to inspire them to work with the host communities and refugee communities.
Makinje Division emerged triumphant in the competition that attracted 4 teams.
I'm so much humbled to be part of this theme, inspiring inclusions, and participate in the youth Uganda sports. As a lady, it has helped me. I've made new friends, I've gained confidence.
Football has helped me to connect with other people, knowing also others, and also being social.
What I've learned from this Game Connect, it has enabled me to improve on my mental health and psychosocial well-being because that's its main aim.
Our theme today is inclusion, and we do sports for mental health. It has really helped me as a coach to improve my decision making, also to improve my relationship buildings.
And that story has brought us to the end of our second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Thursday, the 7th day of March 2024. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The International Women's Day was first celebrated in Uganda on 8th March 1984 at State House Entebbe, and since then, this remarkable day has been commemorated and celebrated every year. This year, the national celebrations will highlight the progress women and girls have made in reducing poverty, pursuing their economic empowerment, and contributing to national development. Under the theme, Accelerating Gender Equality Through Women Economic Empowerment, the celebrations will take place on Friday, 8th March 2024 at Bomba Grounds, Katokwe District in eastern Uganda. Happy Women's Day to strong, intelligent, talented, and simply wonderful women.
This weekend on UBC.
Know me on the lowest stage. You brought me to the burning rain. You knew you were navigating.
I, Othman, take you, Doreen, to be my wife. I will love, comfort, and honor you, keeping you for better, for worse.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And I'm feeling.
this weekend on UBC.
Welcome to the new episode of Teens Crown, the best entertainment show around Kampala, around town.
I never want to lose a real one like you.
An affliction is but kidding. Persecution needs more training to win my trust, and death walks pants down and hands up.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.